All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Creative Block. I'm Emily. I will be drawing today, and it's great to have you all along with me. Let's turn up the purple light a little bit. Look, I'm wearing my work shirt today. The transgender Phoenix shirt from the logo from the transgender show. I'm not feeling great today, so my brain is not amazing. But we're gonna hang out, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna draw, we're gonna see how good this goes. As I said last time, I was gonna try and choose between doing pencil drawing or drawing an orange frog on a green foresty background. I think we're going with the orange frog today. I'll show you that in a second. What was I looking at here? I was gonna bring something up on my phone. It's gone from my brain, so it's gone from my list of things to do. Let's go ahead and look over here. There's that. And if we do this, move this over here temporarily. No, let's do this. Let's move it back over there. Let's move this there. We'll move this there. Thank you, Raina. As y'all, yeah, just kind of moving things around, laid it all out. As y'all know, or I've probably heard before, so forgive me for repeating stories yet again. The original logo for the transgender show was a heart with the trans flag in it. Just had the trans colors left to right. And it did not take long for me to see that everywhere and see that was not at all an original idea or design. So I quickly scrapped that, and in doing things, I was drawing like dragons and different kinds of things, and then the phoenix popped into my mind, and I did that, and I kind of wanted it to be, that pretty much a circle. I like the idea of the symmetry of having it kind of be circular, and so I did a quick sketch of the outline, basically the black outline that you see there, and yeah, that ended up being pretty damn close to the final product. And I added in the 2 layers of inner flame, so the pink there, it's probably easier to show on the shirt. Yeah, so the inner flames of the pink, and then the white, and then the separation in the tail there, so we could have the essentially 5 colors, and it's all balanced, so it's just the 3, but it's the blues, the pink, and the white, so that it reads like the trans flag out to in. So I'm getting a message from Raina. Oh, showtime. Okay. I was afraid that meant that we were not on, or that my audio was not working, more likely. Thank you. That's been a really fun thing, Stony, is to have this, to have created this and have all of these shows where I get to create all kinds of fun logos. This one isn't particularly like, It's very simple. It's one of my simplest, but I really do. I like simplicity a lot of the time, and I just did kind of like that the word block and then the lines up here at the top make it look like a square, and then the creative kind of busts out of that and throws it all off, and I just like that balance, that juxtaposition of the hard shapes and then the flowy creative. Took a lot of work on that creative font. So I use, what's it called? Creative Fabrica is a website for people who do a lot of crafting stuff. So it's a lot of Cricut and, iron-on t-shirt designs and stuff like that. So it's a lot of clip art and fonts that they sell through there and in other pieces of artwork. But if you subscribe to it each week or so, a week or month, I'm not sure what it is, what the cadence is, they'll send you a thing that's got a free something in it. So either a free bundle of clip art or a free whatever, but often there's a free font or a free font package. And so I just go through and I download those font packages. Hey, Christina. And then as I need a font, I will go through and I find them. So I have like hundreds of these fonts from them because I've been subscribing for a while. And they have like nice script fonts, but there's they're sort of a slop house. There's I don't want to say there's not a lot of quality. I mean, they're not the best sometimes, and especially the scripts. They've got some kind of weird. The X heights for the letters go all over the place. The widths are a little wonky sometimes. So, I put this together and then had to tweak a lot of the letters to make them kind of look more cohesive and better. The V, I'm kind of having a problem with the V in this moment. Looking at it, it's a little bit too squished, and there's a little bit too much. There could have been a little less breathing room between the I and the V. This left part of the V, where it's nearest to the I, could have been tweaked open a little bit more to give it a more, V shape, and I think still worked with the cursive, although it might have kind of thrown off the angle of things. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little tweak. I'm not going to be anal about it. I've already done that. And I've already talked way too long about a very, very simple logo. So, yes, I have enjoyed coming up with identities for all these different shows. Some of my favorites were like Lexi Unchained, and then later Val Unleashed, Transistence, Builder's Block. Although I didn't have really much to do with that. I had a little bit to do with that one. That was mostly Jess. What else? Oh, the Aegis logo that we have for the Discord and Twitch security program. Transverse.net/Aegis. The transverse.net/Aegis, by the way. All kinds of fun little logos and identities that I've been able to do over the years. And yeah, really, it's good fun creative outlet. Okay, so speaking of creative, let's go ahead and get started. That is still not quite right of what we wanted to show yet. Oh, I've got plenty of room over here. That's perfect. But I'm going to show this, and hopefully... Oh, no, I was going to switch this. That's right. I'm not going to show you this yet, because that's the... Let's get the chats up on it. It'll be weird to see that. So we're going to do... Ooh, no, not that. We're going to do the Dell. There we go. Dude, you're getting a Dell. All right. And then we're going to show... Bam! Purple frog, or orange frog. I know what colors are. Orange frog. My pens are here, so we're good. I like the orange and blue. So what I envisioned when I said I wanted to do an orange frog with like jungle background, I kind of envisioned a little bit more depth, not like a top down on a flat leaf there. Not quite what I super love, but the frog is adorable. Little bit better, but then the background is just pure black, so that's sort of a problem. This guy is cute as hell, and I'm wishing that I had gone and grabbed some pastels, but I think I'm gonna have to do the pastels after anyways, so maybe we'll do the frog, and then we'll work on doing green background after that. I might need to do some light masking tape around the orange that we draw, and then smudge around some dark and green pastels, which would be very fun. But yeah, that's a good frog. This is also a very good frog, very cute. Hi Val, how are you doing, hon? This one's pretty great. Not a whole lot of the orange, but it would be fun to try with black to get that shiny bit right in the middle of his back. To represent that is going to be very, very challenging, and could be a fun one. And then basically same frog. No, different leaf. Same idea, but off to the side, and a little less challenging with the reflections. That would be a little bit easier to accomplish. Washing dishes is a perfect time to come and hang out with Emily. Always good. I really wish I could do some of the subtlety of the shadowing through the leaf here. I find that really cool, but that is a Barrel Prismacolor pencil project, not a ink pen project. I've got to try and remember that the ink pen does not give us nearly that much flexibility, nor that many options. Are these oranges the same? I feel like they're different. They are different. Cool. Okay. Do you get to see? You don't get to see. Hold on. We'll just turn off the frog for a second. I've got 2 different oranges. Well, I can't turn off the frog because we need to... I think I like this. I think I like this frog. Well, let's go ahead. What do we got here? Ooh, that's a good frog too, though. Is that AI, though? Those water droplets are crazy cool. Oh, I don't know if I could do the leaf on this one. Okay, let's consider this frog, frog number 1. Everybody remember that's frog number 1. We'll go this one as frog number 2. I think I'm going to cancel this one. We'll just move it off to the side. It's so hard to choose. I'm not going to do this one. It's a little too simple, I think. One's a little too orange now that I'm seeing it. But I do like all of this texture here. That could be fun to try and do. This guy's really cute. Okay, let's go back here. Do I like him or him better? I just like his pose so much better. And we can exaggerate the blue a little bit to give him some more of that and kind of cover that. All right, I love you, Froggy friend, but I'm afraid you've been eliminated. I like the pose of the other one a little bit better for some reason. And yeah, you're not it. Okay, so audience, here's your opportunity to participate. Will it be frog number 1, frog number 2, orange frog number 3, or orange and blue frog number 4? Does anybody have in chat a preference? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's go over them again. Frog number 1, this sort of wild one. Not sure it's not AI. Frog number 2, the sort of redhead here. Frog number 3 is our solid orange, and then frog number 4 is the orange with the blue legs. Just chilling out. I've never looked into how frog eyes work. Raina says frog number 2. Val is excited but unsure about her choice yet. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Frog 1 is super pretty. Frog 1 is super pretty. I do like frog 1. Frog 2 is great. Stony says number 2. I don't know that we have much more audience. Chris, are you going to sway it very heavily into one direction, or are you going to bring us down to a tiebreaker? Or go a different direction and choose 3 or 4. 4 will use more yellow. 3 will use a fair bit of yellow. 2 is going to be very little yellow. And 1's going to be a lot of yellow. All right, another few more seconds to get your vote in. I'm going to go grab, I have another cup worth of pencils. I'm going to go look at, and we're going to, and I'll call it the end of the poll when I come back. All right, as was democratically elected, our frog of the day is frog number 2. Woo, yeah. Cheers go out in the background. Everybody's super stoked about frog number 2. Need to find a clean page. I thought we were on a clean page. We were on the back of another page. There's my duck, one of my favorite drawings. Oh, you're not with me here. Let's crop our frog here. I need to take some of these things out of here and not leave them in this. And here we go. Not gonna worry about the background today, so we're just gonna crop him in kind of tight for y'all, and you'll see that is our frog friend. We're probably also gonna get rid of the front of this leaf. if we're able to understand. Oh no, he's actually standing on it. So it will need to be part of the drawing. I see now that his foot is stuck out way at us. I'm gonna crop him in a little bit tight there, and we'll shrink him down so you can see what we're doing. As I said, this is one of my favorite drawings ever, a pintail duck that I did on an airplane with the rarely seen anymore Ahi signature. My first alter ego. Does that show through? It does kind of show through. I'm gonna go to a clean page that doesn't have anything behind it. Great outpost, various other ideas and unfinished things. My tie designs, Wagner Brothers stuff, the Phoenix tattoo. We'll go right here. Kind of go in an order, sort of. All right. Now that we finally have our page, okay, that was loud. I was yelling. The kind of. Oh, and then Chris comes back with frog number 1. I'm sorry, hun, you were a little bit too late. Frog number 1 will have to be saved for another day when we're feeling froggy again. If you or somebody you know would be a great addition to this show, please let me know and I will talk to them. It'd be great to have some more folks come on and take over the reins of doing an episode of Creative Block. We don't want to go too high. I want to have plenty of room for framing. Oh, my brain is not working today. This is going to be tough. This is going to be one where we're not going to want to compare to the original photo because I don't know how good it's going to be at that. Let me pick this up and get a little bit at an angle that feels a little better for me because it's too different going from screen to page currently. I will be about there. Eye number 2 will be about there. I think that looks pretty good. Come down here, we got that little bit of a chest bump. It's a little line here I'm not liking. I'm gonna erase real fast. Throwing me off. There's the chest bump, okay, and it comes down and then just goes to the belly underneath. And we'll just draw back up around. Under that, it's not gonna be that important because it's gonna be covered by legs. We're gonna come off of the second eye hump, down the back, kind of straight. I think we're good enough. You guys can follow along with me here. This is about where the leg, the knee comes up here. Got a bit of a kind of lump there as the leg creases around the hip. This is our knee there and our calf. And we got a big old foot in our way. Cute little toes, little grabby toes. Something about like that. Oh, I am just not. I feel no bueno, folks. No bueno. No es bueno. Also feel a sneeze coming on. All right, and then we gotta add right off of our chest bump, we have to add in our shoulder, coming down here to our bicep. The knee and the elbow are pretty much just touching there. This is the bicep. This is, I forget what this is. I think I was talking about the wrong muscle at the wrong time. Come down, we'll do a little bit of a spinner there. Cute little fingers. And then that will go kind of straight off of there. Little knuckle, little knuckle. ET fingertips there. All right. Thankfully, the rest of my day has been canceled. Y'all, I just want to take a moment. Thank you so much for showing up today. I'm sorry that we had to postpone yesterday. A lot of stuff going on. A meeting came up, very important. Not Transverse specifically necessarily, but the local branch of the Transverse. We had a meeting. We've got a Discord for that group specifically, so because it's all people here in my local area. Nothing like running multiple Discords for community servers. For those of us that don't have enough challenge or things to do in our lives. Oh boy. Boy. Okay, so that one goes behind the leaf here. We'll go kind of straight out and we'll drop that off as it sort of folds away. You're standing on this and part of it comes up here where your heel is at. Cool, and kind of points off that way. I'm not going to spend too much time on the leaf tip there. Just kind of drop that off, come in on the foldy bit, and this actually folds over, it looks like. We'll exaggerate it. No, we don't have to exaggerate it, that's the way it is. And our fingers kind of wrap around that and cause some bending here. And then we go up and we meet, that fold point. Cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, as our good friend Amanda would say, we have a frog. We're frogging here. Sweet. The frog has begun. Should we go to black? Let's start with our gray and do some of the gray highlights in the eye, and also let's erase a lot. We put a lot of pencil mark down in some of these spots. There you go. We need to kind of loosen that up a little bit because I want to make sure that we've got plenty of bright highlight in this. Maybe we'll come back over with something white. Okay. We do have a thin outline on the eye there. Ooh, this is very dark, isn't it? Very dark, not thin at all. But it's okay. Ooh, fun. We've got a little bit of orange reflection there on the eye itself, which will be fun to do. Just kind of fudging it a little bit and going straight round, but it's fine. Not a round eye, but we're making it look pretty round. We get a little bit of that distortion of it. It does kind of go a bit ovular back this way. We're trying to catch this highlight that goes along the curvature of the eye for a little bit. Then juts in. And starts to look a hell of a lot like a studio light. Or is that just me? Might just be me, but that looks like a studio light to me. I don't know that this frog is in the jungle, for reals. light. Yeah, we'll get some gray bits in there and some darker bits in there with some of this, and we'll hopefully maintain our highlight really nicely. And get that kind of nice gradient going in there, which is very difficult with pen. Sorry, I screamed at you again. Now we'll come back in. I'm not considering the sort of eyeliner he's got going on under there. We're not doing that yet. Oh, I see the it's not the iris. The pupil. I see the pupil now. I wasn't seeing that before. So we'll have to make sure that that's our blackest black there. Obviously. This is very nerve-wracking because we're doing black pen to create a black eye that has some color variance in it and some darkness variance and a little bit of gradation to it. So hopefully this black and gray kind of back and forth will make that, will create that little bit of variance in the darkness without it being anything obvious. Still maintaining a lot of subtlety. Losing a little bit of our highlight here, especially up in this bit, because we want to make sure this is a gray color and not looking like our highlight. I'm gonna come back in with let's try our bright red and see how this goes. Let's do our slightly darker of the two oranges first, and then we'll add a little bit of the red to it. I might need to go get my glasses. I can barely see what I'm doing. Getting old's a bitch, kids. I would say don't do it, but that's not cool. So I'll just say, just know it's coming and know it's going to be hard. You're not going to want to do it. But it happens to all of us, so you just got to suck it up. And technology helps. Glasses are nice. Okay, we have an eyeball. Let's get a nose hole going. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this gray again. Let's clean up our pencil marks again. Come back over this with the well, let's go with the lighter of the two. Let's go with the more yellowy one. Still too much pencil. All right, let's hit this. Do we need to worry about anything? There's no white there. There's a white highlight here matching the one on the eye. So we'll just create a little box there for that and fill in around you. And I'm fine making this color solid. And we'll bring the texture in with the other color, oranges. Because I think that's pretty much the right color there. for the highlights. Val says, I took a basic learn to draw in 21 days course and it was super helpful. I ended up working on copying a drawing of a woman's face that I love, so I tried to fully copy it, which removed any need. To think about posing and colors and all that, and the end result wasn't quite like the inspiration, but it was, you were very happy with it. That's amazing. I love that. Well, and that's the thing that's kind of fun about art too, is like, you set out for something and you kind of have to let it be what it's going to be. Your goals don't necessarily matter in the end because it's just, there's lots of other factors involved and you can do your best, but sometimes, you know, what you end up with is very different than you envisioned, but also still really good. And you've got to have the grace and the patience to be like, you know, I'm just going to let that be. That's cool. That's good. That's good enough. Oh, okay. I'm already not really paying attention, so let's focus again. I'm gonna keep this sort of 45-ish angle going for our lines, so that when we do highlights, it all kind of not necessarily feel like a woodcut, but kind of go together nicely. Like I said, we're gonna ignore the under eye liner bit that he's got going on there entirely, and just do a simple eye shape. Artistic choice there, a little artistic license. And we're just going to fill this in pretty solid. Not really worry about things too much. I'm trying to decide how loose I want to go with this. The whole idea was to do an orange frog, so this is going to be the most colorful and probably the most time-consuming drawing we've done on the show so far. Because I'm drawing like every inch of the thing instead of just representing the shadowing and the lines. I watch where we're overlapping, because you see how that's creating a shape there, creating a shadowing. We've got to watch for. But it's fine. We can have lots of texture and stuff. I'm already seeing some problems with the eyeball that we did, but we're gonna move past it. It's fine. I'm not gonna be too anal about this one. I don't feel well enough today to really care about achieving or striving for perfection. I'm just gonna do something that's fun and nice. We're just gonna hang out together here and just have some fun. Val, my dear, how is the new podcast going? I listened to most of episode 3, but I don't think I finished it. Do need to go back and revisit a little bit. I'm just kind of curious how you're feeling about it and how things are going. Are the topics coming together well, and everything working for you? We need to have another meeting, but I've been busy and distracted by some new things in my life. Oh wait, how did we? Oh, also, in some fun trans news talk, I talked to my NP today about starting estrogen injections instead of pills. I'm very excited about that. That's cool. I was trying to get on gels, and my doctor was like, "Oh, I like the pills do great stuff," and I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll just stick with pills then." But I've heard good things about injections, so maybe I can see about swaying her to get me on injections again. How are we gonna do? I'm gonna do the texture with the other pen. I don't really care. I'm just gonna fill this in and go for it. Okay, but we do need to be mindful of this really cool and funky highlight. It comes off of the shoulder here. So let's start being mindful of that when we'll work up from this part. We get to work in sort of the bumpy texture a little bit and some more kind of variants of the shape here. So we'll just do an outline of that and then work in from that. And again, I'm fine with this being 100% of this color. We don't have to really vary it too much. We don't need much lighter than that to get this whole thing to work. Okay, but we're going to do our highlight here. We have already kind of covered over some of the bits, but not too bad, and I think we'll be able to save this. Okay. All right, we're going to go that, come back this way. Go like that. We've got some modeling, a serious amount of modeling to do in here. Probably with a couple of the colors. There's a little bit of red in there, definitely more orange. I don't see any of the black in there, so we can limit it to those two. It goes all the way up until the base of that. This is pretty modelly, all in through there. A little bit of stippling there, and we'll kind of fill in this to make sure that our orange is set. What do we got there? Twitch announcements. Other people are going live? What the heck? Well, they know this is my time. How dare they? People are watching Emily. Go do something else. Or come join us in the chat. Imagine if I was that selfish and like was actually upset with other people going streaming, going live streaming. How much ego can one girl have? Oh my gosh. There is a little bit of a highlight back here, and I'm going to try and see if I can kind of save that in this. Not white, but a little bit of a highlight. And we'll leave a little bit of a highlight that isn't even quite really there in the back eye, just for some fun. Show them nice and make them nice and shiny. A little bit of a back bump there. What else we got? What else we got? A little bit of just, highlighting in there, and we'll follow this. Oh, did we close that off? Didn't mean to close that off. Yeah, we did. We totally closed that off, but we'll fill it in with like some stippling or whatever and come back over and do some of this here as we go around to the back there. Cool, and we'll bring that. I don't know if that's a highlight or if that's just a white spot in his coat there, his texture. Get back to our lines and kind of bring in some of this highlight here on this part of the back. Tie it into there a little bit better. This will be interesting because I've got these nice little lines in between it. They're lines. It's not a full fill in here. I'm trying to decide, you know, how much I do want to actually fill in and add all that darkness in. It is feeling kind of nice though. Can we do it? Can we get it? All right. I had a really rough day yesterday, and some of the things from yesterday are kind of popping in my brain right now. I'm trying to push them aside for some show stuff. It was also a really great day. There were a lot of great things that happened yesterday. There were two things that happened that were really difficult for me to handle. And then, of course, wasn't particularly happy with how I handled either of them. So, you know, adulting being what it is. Let's see what our contrast color here, our other orange, looks like. Ooh, nice. It's pretty subtle. Okay. I wasn't sure how different this color was going to be. And what we'd be dealing with it. And so we're just going to do a lot of stippling, a lot of modeling, a lot of round kind of dots to get some of these other, to get this froggy skin texture going. I'm not going to spend too terribly much time in it, you know, because you could draw every bump on the frog, and this is not economical. But we do just want to get some of that in there, you know, some round kind of circly bits to let the lighter yellow be highlight. And then we'll come back in here. Let's move up over to kind of a more fun spot, and we'll definitely gonna have to use our red when it comes to that shadow between the eyes, because this orange is not gonna be very dark. It's very, very subtle variance between the two, making me think I really wish I'd put a little less of the original orange on, the yellowy orange. Let's try a little bit of that in here. Yeah, right where I put my highlight, donkey. Oops. What other color do we have to bring a little bit of darkness into this thing? We've got a brown, which I'm assuming is gonna be very, very dark. So I'm gonna go like outliney here for this and see. Oh, nothing. You dried out? What are you doing? Could that work in some of the darker bits? Really light and subtly. What are you seeing? Oh yeah, that looks really good on your end. That looks really good. Cool. Well, now I'm kind of curious what this looks like. Brown on top of orange versus orange on top of brown. And do all kinds of fun stuff with it. Is that your mouth there? That thin little kind of, that little line? I guess they gotta be good about being watertight, don't they? We'll give you a little bit of a mouth that comes down past your eye. So we've got a, down below the eye, we've got our breathing, some kind of breathing hole. And then that's kind of where the mouth curls up into. About there. If that is indeed your mouth. I'm going to treat it as such because I don't have any other data or information right now to go on. All right. Get back to chat for a second. My highest highs and lowest lows this past year. Yeah, same. HRT unlocked my full range of emotions, and wow, I was not prepared for it. This last year has been wild, almost exactly a year ago, and in January of 2025 was at my lowest point and wasn't sure I would make it through, but I've also had some of the absolute best experiences in my life and have found an incredible local community of folks that have helped make my life so much more fulfilling. Plus, the confidence I've gained in the last 2 to 6 months has been insane. That is super awesome. I love that. So So we'll go definitely with the brown under here, but there shouldn't maybe be much orange. If we bring some of the gray back, it actually is looking pretty gray down there. Got our angle right, though. We get our angle right. You kind of come back up here and... definitely the black bit coming up. So that's what we're seeing there in the shadowing and in the highlights there. It's all, that's why it's looking pretty gray. Excited that I can do the full 2 hours today. We're gonna need it for this drawing, that's for sure. I don't really know what I want to do here. How subtle, how anal I want to get about this. I'm already like thinking that what I've done so far is like, it's a little much. Yeah, maybe you just cut it back off of it and kind of simplify it. That's why fuzzy animals are better, because you can do it, you know, with just like accents of the hair. Make it look like the right thing and sort of be good there. And we'll go underneath here. I'll make that our blackest point. The arm, not a lot shining down there. So many Twitch notifications. Popular time to go live right now. Popular time. We know how you have many choices in choosing your entertainment for the day, and we really appreciate when you spend time here with us on the Transverse. It's my best co-pilot. Thank you for flying Transverse Airlines message. I'm not going to like this frog nearly as much as I was hoping I would. This is definitely a project for Barrel Prismacolor pencils. As I suspected at the outset. But we like doing ink on here. It makes things faster, makes things more interesting. Makes things more challenging, definitely. We're about growth on this show. Not shying away from challenge. Expanding our horizons. Being very silly as we do it. That's not focused at all, is it? Hello? There you go. That's kind of okay. All right. My birthday's in a couple of months, and I'm hosting a party at my house for like the first time ever. Got 15 to 20 women that will be coming over to have a girlhood party where we're celebrating putting your old self to rest. Wow. He was a hurt, traumatized boy, and I've worked hard to heal that inner child and also celebrate my new self and my confidence in my womanhood. That is amazing. I love it. I love to see it. I want to see more of it. I want to hear all about that party once it's over. Or if you want to share party planning things, what are you doing? How are you structuring it to be a fun womanhood party? We talking, we braiding hair. We definitely practicing makeup. What else you got going on planned on that day? What is part of the plan? That isn't, I'm seeing the wrong thing here. And yes, by the way, Raina, we absolutely need to throw a party like that too. We need to have a men's party, a women's party, and a non-binary party. Get our back line first before we start varying things too much to get this fun off-shape shadow here. A little bit of a back bump, probably a little too pronounced here, but like I said, we're not making this one perfect. It's fine. Just restarted therapy today. Your list of topics was long. I know. I had one thing I wanted to talk about today or yesterday, and I was not able to because something else came up that was a massive, massive deal that needed to be addressed first. And wasn't even addressed. It was just talked about. It was addressed. He did a good job of kind of throwing some things out there to help me with it, and we talked about some good things. And I was able to share with my friend Katie because I don't know, it's just something I can't. I have a whole truckload of shame and stuff associated with, and difficult sharing in other spaces. So, but I did have the, you know, I did have a couple little ways with therapy, and then with Katie and one other person that I was able to talk to a little bit. I think we cut into that a little too much, but we can do like a bit that's thinner to maintain that whole thick, thin bit of that, which is nice and fun. Let's add some more orange stippling in up here to kind of blend more. And this is where connect some of these dots in here a little bit. We have yeah, we've got some orange outline around this. We'll kind of work in. And now we have some cool orangey black spots. I love this music and the fact that it was able to provide a good bed for my Emily bloopers. reel from back in the Transverse News days. Hopefully we'll get another show like that out very soon. Probably the beginning of next year is where you can look for the return of a news show on the Transverse. Should be nice and fun and exciting, right? Let's go with the gray and get a little bit more subtlety in here because the black's sort of taken over and the spots really do have an orange hue to them. So apparently something's going around. I've heard of a couple people sick. I'm getting sick, or I am sick. Something. Got a fair bit of my being that feels crappy. My brain doesn't feel good. My throat doesn't feel good. Speaking of throat not feeling good, let's get some hydration going. I got my bottle here, and let's do some of that. Let's be smart and hydrate. Everybody together. Okay. It's up here. There it is. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cover it. Yeah, the proportions are a bit off. But we're having fun. We're doing this. We're doing it. We're having fun. That's all that matters. Yeah, this is significantly more subtle than we were hoping for on here. I really need to get some good paint pens or something, but I can probably just come back over it with Barrel Prismacolor pencils, and we can put that up. Are those have not yet been found in the we have not unpacked that yet, so I'll have to do that soon. I'm still very, very packed up from before Australia. I've not unpacked yet some things. A lot of clothing and stuff still undiscovered and unremembered. Some of this brown here, especially under the eye. This little fun, cute eyeshadow there. Let's try some of the red in here. There's a pretty red little bit on the screen, so we're gonna use some of that. And that in with the orange is looking nice. It's blending in really well, looking pretty good. So we'll add some in under the jaw here to red it up. Glad that I can come on and do a little kind of subtle show and talk to y'all a little bit, have some fun without particularly feeling great. Because I do not like to cancel. I want to come hang out with y'all, and glad that we're able to do that. Oh, pooples. What time are we at right now? We've hit 1 hour, and we are significantly less than halfway done. We need to turn this up a little bit. All right. Or should we just make it a two-part project? We could probably do that too, and I could come back and finish it up when I actually feel better. Be a nice idea, wouldn't it? Sorry, I see chat's going off there, and I will get back to y'all in a second. Give me just a minute while I do some of this subtle gray highlight here on the bottom. And we're going to let... Oh, what's our light blue? We don't have that blue. We're going to have to go... We don't have that blue. We're going to have to go teal. It's going to have to be a very different color. Not as bright, but it'll work. We'll do some more of that in here. Looks like he's got a bunch of that. You remember that foam that was made up, like sort of foamy stuff that was made up of a bunch of different like little foam balls that somehow stuck together? Not remembering what it was. It's a little foggy in my brain today. But that seems right. That seems like there was a thing that's like that. I don't feel like I'm crazy. All right, we're gonna work some into the elbow. This is just gonna have to be our blue color. We don't have a lot of options in these pens. Katie was telling me today that it has been almost basically right at a year since she had her gallbladder surgery, her gallbladder removed in an emergency surgery that came up out of nowhere. I was actually at a hockey game in Seattle. I was, up visiting her for a couple months, and I was at a hockey game, and I got a text from her that her doctor, who she'd seen earlier that day, was sending her to the ER. And I'm like, okay, I am on my way home. And so I left the game and I went outside to try and find the bus stop, went over there, and according to the schedule, and I never really did get great about reading the bus schedules there, but according to the schedule, it appeared to me that the next bus was going to be there in 15 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not going to wait 15 minutes for the bus to get here and then, go home and then get Katie and then go to the hospital. So so instead I ran home. It's about 10 blocks, and I just booked it as best I could, with some stops in between, of course. Yes. Did my best, but I'm not in that great of a shape, because holy crap, that was very far. But yeah, got home, got stuff gathered up, got her on the bus and to the hospital. Got her checked in. She kicked me out at about 1 a.m. She said there's sort of nothing more I could do there, which was very, very true. So I left and caught up with her at 10 a.m. the next day, and at noon they had her gallbladder out. It was wild. This coloration is very interesting. I would love to redraw this frog as a... Oh, I lost my design here. There we go. I would really love to redraw this frog in colored pencil. Get a little bit more of it, kind of a little bit more accurate, better color. All right, I need to check in on chat. What y'all talking about here? You love how the eye looks so real. Oh, thank you. I would love to help people that don't have the resources to get the help they need. Okay, something about the frog is amazing, so thank you. Mental health isn't taken seriously. That's why I want to offer help at low cost. Yeah, it was a fun, wild adventure. Seattle was incredible. I can't believe that was a year ago. So fun to be able to go up there and have a place to stay and have just wonderful random Seattle adventures. Went to 2 professional sports games in one day, right back to back, thanks to StubHub tickets. Where is that's the leaf, so we can't do that. We got to come up here. There's our hand. There it is. All right. There's some other colors going on here. And see, I don't even know how much of this I should be doing like this, because I'm thinking that, once I come back over it with the blacks, then that's where we'll get the shape of this, and this could just sort of be all just blue. But I don't know. I don't want to. We'll just kind of test it out and see here. See what we think, what we like. Try a technique and modify if we need to. Kinds of fun, warbly, randomy shapes that don't really matter as much as I'm making them, but I do want to kind of make sure I get at least the gist of the random nature of it, and am kind of paying fair homage to what it actually looks like on the frog. The right thicknesses and the right kind of like way it meanders around the skin. What cool freaking markings. Oh, we didn't even draw the thumb here. We'll have to give a little bit of space for that. Oops. But yeah, it's like you see one of these in the wild. How could you not touch it? I would absolutely get poisoned by one of these, because it'd be like, oh, I want to touch the frog. I have to touch the frog. All right, let's test some of this out and see if this is a technique we can use. Oh, we have another orange spot. I didn't even see that. Right on the elbow. Right in the bend there. We'll do it with the gray again. Although this one's really dark. We could probably do it with the black. And we'll do gray. There's some red in this too, but I'm not gonna worry about I'm not gonna worry too much about working in the red. I think that's too many colors. We could possibly do it. I have a maroon that might be subtle. Maybe this ooh, that's gonna be a bright pink. That's not gonna work. Maybe we could work some of the maroon in and get it to work. And then of course the chest down here is gonna be very black. We'll just kind of fill that in, and we'll come back over with the gray a little bit and fill in the rest of the black in there to hopefully keep it nice and kind of varied in the color. Show some of the texture through there. Yeah, definitely need to do the blue thicker so that the black can come in and fill in there so we don't end up with those white spots. But it is a bright blue, so maybe the white bits will kind of work. We'll have to see how that plays out. Coloring that in there a bit. Sorry, leaving pens out on top of the thing where it won't show you what I'm doing. Okay, so there's our chest bump. Kind of missed a little bit of that there. We'll kind of keep that more roundy. Still got some of the texture down in here too, I'm seeing. Where is... We never even drew our other arm. We didn't draw it at all. Whoops. There's no other arm in there. That's a bit of an oversight, wouldn't you say? Sheesh, Emily, you really are sick today, aren't you? Poor girl. My response to that is yes. Thank you for your concern. I am sick. I do feel like crap. My brain does not work. I'm having a really good time hanging out with y'all. Because this is how we do. We've got blue back there, but it's very dark, and I don't have a dark version of this blue. I mean, can we do the navy? Will this work? Will that kind of like... Here. Should probably find the back part of the elbow first. It's about at this toe, so this is actually pretty well proportioned. We're pretty much on it. So we'll just kind of do the blue, but we'll leave lots of gaps. We'll make it kind of light so that the gray can show through it a lot. And gray, obviously the black, because there's the black spots in it, but then also we'll do some of the navy blue, and hopefully that'll make it look more like a shadowed version of the brighter blue. Ooh, that's dark. Holy beans. These pens aren't particularly designed for being subtle for drawing. Maybe because they're not drawing pens, perhaps? Perhaps, indeed. But we're having fun. It's all good. We decided early on that we were not going to be perfect with this. It was not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult. But as you see, as we kind of like fill in and we put in our black spots, and then we put the navy blue in with this, it does start to do that thing that we're talking. We're trying to just darken the blue up, dull it down a little bit. I think that's going to work pretty good. Where's our next spot? Our spot is about here. We'll work that in really well. And we'll do this spot here as well. We can do a little spot down here. Oh, that's our thumb. We gotta watch that. Or that's our little finger. We have a spot around the back too, kind of, yes. This one kind of extends down a little bit. You kind of extend down. We'll work in some of the gray into our blue bits. Okay, it's blue, but it looks kind of grayish, which is exactly what we want and what we need. And now we need to do a lot of modeling and stippling to make it look like the rest of the blue that we've done. Fill in our spot a little bit more solidly. A little bit of shadow from the elbow here, coming up into this. Give him a nice solid line here. That little belly highlight coming up. And then we'll knock that back quite a bit and make that much more subtle. That in a little bit. That in a little bit. Okay, do we have separation from the arm? Ugh, why won't you focus well? You're very bad at the game. So we've got some texture, we've got some highlighting, we've got there's some problematic areas. Come back over this and get a better edge to our arm. What do we do in the elbow there? What's going on here? We haven't filled that in yet. Got a little bit of grayness and the modeling, of course. There you go. Forgive me while I get some of this set right. All right, I'm getting happier with that. All right, what are we doing here? Lots of gray on this guy. We'll leave a decent highlight here on the arm and work around that. Oh, don't want to go into our white bit there. Oof. Oof. Y'all, I swear. Not doing great over here. I got 45 minutes left, which is good. But oh, my brain is struggle bus. All right, so we've got. So I'm struggling right now because we have a really, really bright white spot, and we really shouldn't fill that in with much. We'll just leave it mostly as it is. Sort of a whitish highlight on the hand there, and kind of work around it. Probably put in, I don't know. Do we want to do the red tip of the leaf or do we want to make it green? Can't decide. Maybe we'll do kind of brownish. Brownish green. Why did you curl the toe back, Em? The toe is not curled. Come on, keep our angle here. Keep to the angle. I'm going to come back over this and put in some of the black for the texture and the darkness, and to highlight this edge, a little bit of the contrast there. It's darker there. Sorry, chat. I'll be right back with you. I see the line moving that everybody's talking over there in chat, and I will be right back, checking in on ya. Yeah, maintaining the coloring and the shadowing and the highlights is proving very, very difficult on this frog. Oh, that fun texture. All right, let's go over chat a little bit. My water. Okay, bye, Valerie. Thank you for stopping by and being here for a bit. Hopefully you'll be able to come back. Sorry I missed your original message, Alexis. You'll catch us later. Get some stuff done before it gets hot inside a couple hours. Oh, I'm so sorry for where you're at. I know it's getting so hot there, but thank you for coming by. I love you. Good to see you briefly. Yeah. Well, we're working on Froggy here. Is it okay if I need to end early? I might go a half hour early. Let's just try and focus and hang for 3 more minutes, Em, and then you can go. I'm just gonna talk to myself like a weirdo. It's all good. All good. His arm isn't straight up and down, and I've got it pretty much straight up and down. And then we'll do, let's find the feet a little bit, because there's a lot of just black in here. So we can just find this foot, find the back of this arm in strong, nice black shadow. I see much in there. There's a little bit of subtlety, but we can still do it pretty darn solid black shadow. Been dysphoric about my voice yesterday and today. I think a little bit the day before too. I don't know what all of a sudden it just seems to have dropped a lot. And no, it was just yesterday and today. It wasn't the day before. Just yesterday and today. If you are watching and you are in the local area, Monday, the 22nd, the 22nd, we're doing a skating event, roller skating event at Skating Plus. So if you're in the area, know where that's at, want to join us, Ventura County, that is where it'll be. 6:30 to 9. Today is Thursday. Thank God softball got canceled because it rained. Well, thank you, Raina. And then tomorrow we have a fun open house event from 3 to 7. And then at midnight, actually at 12:15 tomorrow night, thus Saturday morning, is the Collingwood Magpies first finals match. I forget who we're playing, but I'm very excited for that. It's going to cost me about $30 to watch the game, but I think that's going to mean I get to watch a month's worth of games, so I'll be able to hopefully watch us deeper into the playoffs. The finals, that is. We started the playoffs very poorly, but have won our last 2 games pretty roundly, so that's been nice. Watching your team seemingly kind of crap the bed for a minute and just like, oh no. Pull it out, everybody, pull it out. But they did. They came back and looked actually really good. Good form. I like it. I haven't been able to watch any games, but you can watch on afl.com.au. You can watch the match highlights, which is how I've been kind of keeping up a little bit. I never did it when I was out there, but I do need to look up and see what the deal is with the Tasmania Devils, the Hobart AFL team that we're gonna get there. There was a vote. They're gonna build a stadium, yada yada yada. But then once the vote passed, everybody's like, "Well, wait, we don't want a stadium." Not everybody. There was a big constituent, so the people are still fighting over that, and I don't know where where it's resolving, but hopefully they'll figure it out. Hopefully they'll get the stadium built. Hopefully we'll get the team, and I will be able to watch the Tasmania Devils in their inaugural season in 2028, probably, maybe 27. I think it's 27 is when they're aiming for. Which would be very cool, very dope. I'd be very excited about that. I do love my Aussie rules football. I'm a big fan of Collingwood, and just love a hometown team would be really cool. I'm gonna move this toe a little bit. I'm liking that. That's looking pretty good. Got a nice little black spot here on back of the elbow. Probably should be a little bit of a highlight there, but yeah, there should be, but it's fine. We're doing okay. And that's very, very light. A lot of highlight in there. So we'll try and keep as much of that going. That same idea as what we've got on the body here. Get the gray in there, but make it kind of subtle so there's nice room for highlight. And fade it down to black really well. Check on something really fast. Hold on. Bless you. Roommate go nuts. Okay, no new messages. Good, good, good. We're good. I think I owe you some photos from last night, Reina. I think I got the ones that were taken on your phone. I think we're good there, but I think I owe you photos. Where am I? What am I going here? Where am I doing? Oh, that's part that doesn't exist in the actual photo, so. Trying to work in some of that subtle gradient up to the top here, and as we get into the bit where there's the nice texture going and the highlight, we're going to give this a nice gray outline. I wonder if I can go through the Stream Beats music and find another half hour of music. I'm hearing duplicates, and I think if we had another half hour, we'd be pretty much there. Oh, I got feedback. Is it good feedback, or are we screwed? Nice. Woot! 5 stars. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciate you very much. Oh, it's been such a bummer. We've been not really delisted on Etsy, but definitely downgraded because let's see how this pink is. It's gonna be wild, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of wild. Although the pink leaf is kind of wild, and it'll work. We'll make it work. It'll work. We've been definitely downgraded on Etsy because, quote unquote, a lot of our stuff has shipped late. And that's not really true. I have shipped a couple things a day or two late because of, you know, moving to Australia, moving back. There were a couple things that sort of fell through the crack and were a little bit late. However, in Etsy, when you go to mark something as shipped, the only days you can put are today, tomorrow, and I think the day after. I think they expanded it to 3 days. But if you shipped it 3 days ago and forgot to mark it as shipped, you are screwed, and it shows that you have shipped it late to the client. You do that enough, and they devalue you and don't show your stuff to as many people. And so a lot of like wonderful built up equity and all of that has been squashed because eBay's software handling kind of sucks. And I get it. Like, you don't want people to just like ship it whenever and then just mark, oh no, I got it done on time. But like, we did get it done on time, and we're getting penalized because I am not good with a to-do list, with a yeah, following up on little silly tasks. Like, the most important thing is getting the item to the person. Marking as shipped is significantly less of a priority for my brain, and yeah, that screwed us a lot and very sucks. And I want to write them a strongly worded letter to be like, yo, dude, come on, calm down. People are getting the stuff. Don't be donkey. Let's follow our, well, no, we're just going to go all modelly on this because this leaf has lots of texture too, like our frog does. That's looking pretty great. I'm very happy with that. Getting the idea of the texture of the leaf across, but not having to spend too terribly much time following anything exactly or perfectly. We went out to a Himalayan, Nepalese, and Indian restaurant yesterday. Very fun, very good food. I'm super excited for dinner, for leftovers. Let's fucking go. Very excited about that. Okay, so now we need to put in some shadowing. We got some shadowed bits here coming off of the hands. Maybe a little bit of shadowing here. A little bit of shade on the rollover. There's a little bit of a secondary rollover to this part of the leaf here. Hopefully going to the I don't know. I was gonna hope to go to the gym with my girl Ashley. Been talking about doing that for a minute here, and I don't foresee that really being a great idea for sicky old me here. Maybe I can talk her into coming over and taking care of me. The green Charlotte was supposed to be coming in from the background. It's an orange frog on a green background, which we do have. The problem is I that's a lot of green pen to put down. So I'm probably gonna if we end up liking this, I'm probably gonna put it down as green pastels. Might put a little bit of mask around this and do a green pastel like rub on it. Yeah, the food yesterday was great. Yeah, I can't remember if they have goat on the menu anymore or not. They definitely have the lamb, but I don't remember if they had the goat on there. They used to have yak as well. And that was wild and fun to do, to experiment, to try. I don't remember the dish that I got the yak in though. I don't know that it was yeah, I don't remember if it was in like a curry sauce or paste or what. I tried some spiced pickles last night, which were a little funky. Kind of more of what I pictured originally when I was sort of like hesitant to get into eating Indian food. Those were sort of the flavors that I was expecting, resisting. But I did not know curry was part of the deal, and holy crap. It was one of those, oh my god, where have you been my whole life sort of things, but hey, better discover a favorite late than never. So that was fun. And yeah, now I can take friends out to it and introduce them to the glories of Indian, Nepalese, Himalayan region food, which is great. We're gonna do. I'll do a little bit more of the pink here on. He kind of bends the leaf a little bit in between his fingers. And we did yeah, we exaggerated a little bit over here for a couple of reasons. This is a little bit more filled in over here. We'll do a little bit of the white through, but not as much. Because it is a more shadowy, shaded area. What's our time here? I'm feeling a little bit better. I've kind of rallied just a slight bit, so I think we're gonna be able to finish out the full hour. So that's good. And then I'm gonna go get some dinner, and then I'm probably just gonna go pass out. Call it a light evening. What are we thinking here? I guess the edge of our leaf is not really that varied, even though there's a fair bit of texture on it. Yeah, it's maroon's pretty dark too. It doesn't want to go down right there. Oh, weird. We're getting our shadow pretty good. I think it is. What is it looking like for y'all? It's looking pretty freaking good. It's looking pretty freaking good. Obviously not a project we're going to finish in one day. So it'll be fun to come back to this next time. Probably a good time to start getting in some plugs. Today is Thursday. We're doing a rare version of this show. I had to miss it yesterday because of a meeting, so we brought it on today. But then we're back to regular programming. So Saturday will be Being Trans. Lilith is out, so it will be just myself and Miss Amanda. But you know, we have our fun. Amanda and I are good friends, so we make for very silly, very fun. And yeah, so that's on Saturday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. I believe Amanda is out after that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Reina. And so there will not be a mediocre poker this week at all. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. But have the tattoo as a stencil for as something that people could use for their own thing if they wanted to do it. I like that idea. I think that's what you're saying. If that's what you're putting down, I'm picking it up. I'm definitely picking it up. All right. Excuse me. What's happening there? It's weird in my eyes. Yeah, just weird optical illusion there for me. Frog butt. Put the other frog cheek over here. Yeah, that's close enough. We didn't finish, but damn are we close. Need to get our... I'm gonna do our froggy fingers here in pencil so that we can get that bit. Are you gonna leave the background white? No, I'm gonna leave it white now, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do later. I'm gonna have to look at it. All right. Bye, Charlotte. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy Melbourne. I had a great time when I was there, and it's a wonderful, fun little city, so have fun. Gorgeous, gorgeous town. Melbourne. Home of the Magpies, essentially. It's a suburb of... Collingwood's a suburb of Melbourne, and they play there at the cricket grounds. The MCG often. I think we got the leaf off too far and the hands too stretched out. I don't think we want that there. I think I'm going to move it in. Those don't look right. His fingers look in the wrong place. We did that so dark. It's not erasing. Oh shit, is that pen? We did it in pen. Oh, we did it in pen. Oh, thank you, but no, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. You mentioned wanting to join BJJ. I also highly recommend it. I don't know what that is. Full body workout and you learn to defend yourself. Ah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. I get you. So if we go back to this, if we've already put down ink here, and we moved our leaf back a little bit, maybe we can kind of split the difference and have that be the very end of our, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look as weird now. It looks fine. It looks totally fine. It's all fine here now. Thank you. Let's put in a little bit of our green here. So we do have a green leaf finally. That's got a fun texture to it, doesn't it? There's actually a nice like set of spots on it too. Somebody's barbecuing. I'm getting hungry, y'all. Yeah, Saturday's our only show. I do not have a guest for the transgender show yet for Tuesday. Stay tuned. That probably will happen. We'll have a guest for the show on Tuesday. I will find somebody. Somebody will be on the show Tuesday. We're gonna keep it going. We're not gonna miss any shows anymore. Creative Block will move back to its regular time at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 6 Eastern. And the transgender show is 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific is the start of that one on Tuesday night. And then, yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got those shows. And then back to Saturday. Oh, please, I'm sorry, I forgot. Sunday will be Church of Vaultec. That is Amanda's show playing Fallout 4, yes, with Reina in assistance there on the show. Valerie says it can be hard on your back. Judo is more about throws. It can be hard on your back, not hard being on your back. It can be hard on your back to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Judo is more about throws. Unless you're into competition, then you often start on your knees and you can ask people to go easy. Avoid throws entirely, but it is overall hard on your body regardless. And the drawing is so good. Thank you so much, Valerie. Yeah, I love doing these. They're very fun. I was trying to do quicker, easier drawings, and I don't know. I love drawing very detailed things, and so it's hard to not get anal and go all in. So this was very fun today. Very fun project, and I can't wait to finish it all next week with y'all on Wednesday. So Reina will be out on... You won't see Reina at all this weekend because we're not doing Mediocre Poker, and she won't be available for Church of Vaultec. So, yeah, we won't see her until next weekend. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you had a lot of fun. This was good. I need to go rest, but as always, it's amazing seeing you all and hanging out. Yeah, I don't have anything else for you. That's it. I don't have anything else in here. There's nothing there. So... I love you. Have a great night, and we will see you Saturday. Oh, I do have it. I can do 5, right?